WXXV News 25 forecast first. Powered by Mississippi Power.
Good afternoon, South Mississippi. Isolated thunderstorms to the west continuing to move into the area. The brunt of the activity early afternoon through mid-evening. We'll be looking at a 70% chance for showers and thunderstorms. Low wind threat for severity will be in play as well. This is the forecast first. WXXV News 25 starts now.
Coming up here on WXXV News at noon, a recap of last night's State of the Union address and what's next in the presidential campaign. We head to the District of Columbia. In keeping with politics, we're also going to hear from incumbent Mississippi Congressman Mike Ezell ahead of next week's primary elections. And as we head into the weekend, we'll tell you about a few events for you and the family to check out here in South Mississippi. Good afternoon, South Mississippi, and thank you for joining us right here for WXXV News at noon. We are going to begin, though, with a sad update to a motorcycle crash in Biloxi that happened yesterday. The motorcyclist involved in that crash has now died from his injuries. Harrison County Coroner Brian Switzer has identified him as 25-year-old Jeffrey Taylor of Biloxi. Taylor's motorcycle and a Toyota SUV collided in the area of Pass Road and Big Lake Road. Police are still investigating the exact cause of the crash. Well, President Joe Biden delivered a fiery State of the Union address covering several themes, including the improving economy, reproductive rights, and preserving democracy. Bree Jackson is in Washington this afternoon with more on the president's speech last night and the Republican response.
The state of our union is strong and getting stronger.
President Biden delivering a fiery message during Thursday night's State of the Union address, warning of threats overseas.
If anybody in this room thinks Putin will stop at Ukraine, I assure you he will not.
The president calling on Congress to approve aid for Ukraine to defend itself, while also calling out challenges to our country.
History is watching, just like history watched 3 years ago on January 6th. When insurrectionists stormed this very Capitol and placed a dagger to the throat of American democracy.
President Biden touting his successes while drawing a sharp contrast between his policies and the GOP's on issues like a woman's right to choose.
Those bragging about overturning Roe v. Wade have no clue about the power of women, but they found out.
U.S. Senator Katie Britt delivering an intense Republican response.
The American dream has turned into a nightmare for so many families. Our families are hurting. Our country can do better.
She blasted the president on issues like the economy and crime.
From our small towns to America's most iconic city streets, life is getting more and more dangerous. President Biden's border policies are a disgrace. This crisis is despicable.
Dueling speeches at a pivotal moment in the presidential race. It's now down to a rematch between President Biden and his predecessor, former President Trump.
And with just days to go until primary elections here in Mississippi, we are continuing to reach out to candidates that will be on the ballot. We caught up the other day with first-term Congressman Mike Ezell to get his view on why voters should re-elect him.
I have got a lifetime of service from starting out as a 20-year-old auxiliary patrolman in Pascagoula, Mississippi, working my way all the way up to become sheriff of Jackson County. I've had a stellar career as a law enforcement officer. I've served the public my entire life, and I'll continue to do so. As your congressman, I've done many things. I've sponsored, co-sponsored over 140 bills. I'll continue to do so. We've helped over 1,000 people since I've been in office through various issues that they've had with Social Security, with the veterans of the VA. I've been able to help a World War II veteran who was discriminated against because he was an African American to get his medals back. The 100-year-old man that went to World War II, and I was able to get his medals and give them to him. That was a very proud moment. Anything that I can do to serve the public. I'm the only candidate in this race that has been endorsed by President Donald Trump. I've also been endorsed by Jim Jordan and Steve Scalise, my neighbor to the next, right to us there in Louisiana. So the people had faith in me 2 years ago. They've had faith in me as a law enforcement officer, a sheriff, and a chief of police, and I believe my life of public service will serve me well in the Congress, and I'll continue to fight hard for the values that we have here in South Mississippi.
And next Tuesday, we will have comprehensive Election Day coverage here on WXXV on all of our newscasts and digital platforms. And you can go right now to WXXV25.com for more information on each of the candidates as you prepare to cast your ballot. Well, we are going to check back in now with Chief Meteorologist Rob Knight as we continue to monitor the potential for severe weather today.
Hello and good afternoon, everybody. We've been under a good bit of cloud coverage and breezy conditions. Isolated thunderstorms west will start moving in, and it is so much warmer than where we stood 24 hours ago, especially heading to the north. The warmer the air mass, the more water vapors it can hold, and the more unstable the atmosphere gets. From I-20 all the way down to our area, and both well to the east and well west into east central Texas, that is where the Storm Prediction Center has under a level 2 slight threat for severity early to mid-afternoon through mid-evening with showers and thunderstorms, about a 70% chance. Coming up in a few minutes, I'll have the extended forecast through the weekend.
Thank you, Rob. The Poplarville Community Safe Room is now open due to the severe weather threat. It opened just a few minutes ago at the top of the hour and will remain open until the threat of severe weather has passed. A reminder, pets are not allowed inside the safe room, but you should bring anything you may need, including food and water. Looking ahead to some events here on the coast this weekend now, Ingalls Shipbuilding is holding a hiring event tomorrow. It runs from 8 a.m. to noon at the Maritime Training Academy building off of Jerry St. Pay Highway. There are a wide range of positions open, including spots for electricians, pipe fitters, welders, and more. In some cases, on-the-spot job offers may even be made. Once again, this hiring event runs from 8 a.m. to noon tomorrow. Also tomorrow, over in the Bay, the 16th annual Super Mudfest returns. You can pick up your locally handmade bowl at the United Methodist Church on Main Street from 2 to 5 p.m. After that, tour the Old Town Bay St. Louis Business District to enjoy a tasting of all kinds of soup creations. Maps and a list of participating businesses will be provided with the purchase of a bowl. Tomorrow night, Ground Zero Blues Club in Biloxi is hosting its Oscars tribute party. The event begins at 6 o'clock. Tickets start at $30. Have your moment of fame and walk the red carpet with Joan Rivers in your best Oscars attire. Guests are encouraged to come as their favorite celebrity or TV character. There will also be tribute performances honoring artists like Eminem, Tina Turner, Lady Gaga, and more. Get this, a portion of the proceeds from the event benefit Back Bay Mission. And it's almost time to be on the lookout for Easter eggs. There are plenty of Easter-themed events across the coast this weekend. Tomorrow at noon, the annual Harrison County Countywide Easter Egg Hunt. This year, there are 6 participating locations. Those are the Rusty Quave Sports Complex, the Woolmarket Sports Complex, the Socher Sports Complex, Three Rivers Sports Complex, Amos Crouch Sports Fields, and the West Harrison Ballpark. And if you're in the Gaucher area, you'll want to stop by the city's 13th annual Easter Egg Hunt. The hunt in Gaucher starts at noon at the former Singing River Mall property. And it's not just an egg hunt. The Easter Bunny will be there, and you can get your face painted before going on carnival rides and other fun activities. Last but certainly not least, over in the City of Discovery, the City of Ocean Springs holding its own Easter egg hunt, complete with food trucks, games, and all kinds of family fun. It will be held at the Little Children's Park on Calhoun Street. The hunt times are broken down by age groups. 1 to 2-year-olds start at 10 a.m., 3 to 5-year-olds start at 10:30, 6 to 8-year-olds start at 11, and 9-year-olds and up begin at 11:30. Just remember to bring your own basket for collecting eggs. Tomorrow, WXXV and Sky Zone Trampoline Park are hosting a Spring Family Expo at Edgewater Mall from 11 to 2 p.m. Admission is free, so bring the whole family out to visit more than 30 booths from local organizations and businesses that cater to families. You'll also have a chance to meet the Easter Bunny, some Mississippi aquarium animals, as well as Rapunzel, Ariel, Anna, and Kristoff. And you can also get a free vision screening while there, check out a cool fire truck, and win some prizes. It's all happening tomorrow. The WXXV and Sky Zone Spring Family Expo. Once again, that's at Edgewater Mall. You can go to our website right now for more details. Before we head to break, we're checking in on our WXXV Votes question of the day. The question, have you ever called in sick on a Friday to have a 3-day weekend? Yes is in the lead with 58% of the vote this morning. You can go to our website, WXXV25.com, to vote. Click on the WXXV Vote link in the News drop-down menu, or use the QR code on your screen. Still to come here on the noon show, Rob will have another look at the forecast. Plus, we head to the Shuckers Ballpark for a few things the community can take part in.
And now, your weather authority.
Good afternoon, South Mississippi. Blanket of clouds has been overhead. Showers and thunderstorms from the west will start moving in. We're going to look at the activity isolated through scattered with a 70% chance early to mid-afternoon through mid-evening, and the severe potential will be in play as well. That is a slight severe threat, level 2 on the spectrum of 5. Again, a slight threat for severity. That includes strong straight line winds. It's already been breezy, but potentially could find wind gusts in excess of 40 miles per hour. Isolated tornadic activity. As far as hail and flash flooding goes, not too concerned about that. We'll find nicer conditions closing out the weekend. This afternoon, cloudy, 74 degrees, a 70% chance for showers and thunderstorms. And again, low wind threat for severity outside of strong gusting winds with thunderstorms. We're going to find southeasterly winds 15 to 25 miles per hour, occasionally gusting as high as the low 30 mile per hour range. After sunset through mid to late evening, thunderstorm potential at 60%. Breezy will continue, but out of the south and the southwest. Overnight lows 66 degrees. After about 11, maybe midnight, we're going to be down to showers of 40% through tomorrow morning and through midday as well. 73 degrees, breezy out of the northwest. The cloud coverage will continue. Partly cloudy skies on Saturday night, 48 degrees for the overnight low. And by the way, before going to bed Saturday, turn those clocks ahead by 1 hour. Daylight saving time begins. Sunday, 68 degrees, partly cloudy and breezy out of the north, 10 to 15 with higher gusts. So warmer temperatures, about 2 to 7 degrees warmer than where we stood yesterday. Winds are out of the southeast and they're sustained about 15 miles per hour, gusting into the 20. And look at that, Gulfport, Saucier, gusting into the low 30 mile per hour range. My goodness, Bogalusa and Poplarville gusting into the mid 30s. These breezy conditions will continue through this afternoon until about midnight. So very unstable throughout the region. Showers and thunderstorms will affect the viewing area from I-20 all the way down into the north central Gulf of Mexico, east and both west, as far west as east central Texas. Storm Prediction Center has that area under a level 2 slight threat for severity. And once again, the main concern is going to be strong straight line winds and isolated tornadic activity as well. That's going to be on the lower end of the spectrum. Really not concerned about hail or flash flooding. If we find any hail at all, it might be some small pea-sized hail. So this afternoon with my Mississippi Power extended forecast, 74 degrees, 70% chance for showers and thunderstorms. We're going to keep an eye out for severity, folks. Stay weather aware and stay safe. We'll keep watching this and keep you updated. Tomorrow morning, a 40% chance for rain through midday into early afternoon. Mostly cloudy, breezy, 73 degrees. We'll find sunshine mixed with cloud coverage closing out the weekend with cooler temperatures in the upper 60s.
In a bit of sports news, the Biloxi Shuckers Junior Broadcaster Program applications are still open for the 2024 season. The program is open for any aspiring broadcasters between the ages of 12 and 16. Those interested would be able to call the 4th inning during select Sunday home games on the Biloxi Shuckers radio network and MILB.TV. Those interested would join voice of the Shuckers, Javik Blake, during the top of the inning and lead the play-by-play in the bottom of the inning. Applicants can send a short essay, audition tapes, and contact information to jblake@biloxishuckers.com. It's at the bottom of your screen right now. Participants will receive a media credential and a Shuckers prize pack as well. And tomorrow is the big day at Shuckers Ballpark as the National Anthem auditions get underway. From 10 to noon tomorrow, anyone wanting to audition can enter the ballpark and check in at the North Gate. Performers are expected to perform the entirety of the Star-Spangled Banner in less than 90 seconds. Individual singers, instrumentalists, and bands are welcome to audition as well. You are required to complete a contact form before auditioning, though. The Shuckers open the 2024 season at home on Friday, April 5th against the Montgomery Biscuits. Well, we are excited for this next part of the noon show. We're sitting down with the owners and handlers of a water skiing squirrel that you've seen before. Stick around to meet Twiggy. Welcome back, everyone. We sit down now with Tony Tedesco and Chuck Best, the owners of Twiggy the Waterskiing Squirrel. We're learning the history of this amazing animal today, and I am so excited. Thanks for coming in, both of you.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
Yeah, and okay, so we have Twiggy 10 and 11 today, is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Yeah, Twigster and the baby.
Yes.
The names there are just fantastic. You know, Chuck, I grew up, seeing Twiggy on TV, with the iconic skis and everything. You know, Twiggy is an institution that many people, if you say, oh, that's Twiggy, they're like, oh, I know who that is. I mean, it really an institution now.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing, especially for anchors like yourself, is Anchorman. Yeah. That squirrel can water ski. A lot of people don't understand. Twiggy is actually the only water skiing squirrel in the world. She's been in all the movies, all the TV shows, now for 45 years.
I was just about to say, the legend of Twiggy extends back for decades.
Yeah, oh yeah, my parents started this back. It was all a joke. It wasn't supposed to, continue on for 45 years. It was just a joke that my dad said, and he put it in, back then it was That's Incredible, You Asked For It, those TV shows, and it just kind of took off. And since then, now Twiggy's the spokes animal for water safety.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that. It's such an important mission that I know you're carrying the torch on with.
Yeah, so my dad, who started this with my mom, my dad passed away in a boating accident. And so since then, my mom put a life jacket on the squirrel. She did that for 39 years, as far as after my dad passed away. She traveled around, she's putting a life jacket on now. And now we work with the Wear It campaign, the National Safe Boating Council, to promote water safety, just to make sure everybody wears their life jacket in my dad's memory.
That is really such a great mission, too, and I know you guys travel all over the place to promote that as well.
For sure, yeah. I mean, we've got a brand new RV with over 70,000 miles on it, so.
We're just racking up the miles. I know.
Yeah, and even now we're actually working on a documentary to tell the whole story, too, so. There's going to be a whole story coming out so that everybody can see the actual history of Twiggy.
I can't wait to see that. And Tony, too, I mean, this weekend, the reason why you guys are here on the coast, the Biloxi Boat Show, so you'll be
Boat Show.
Out and about meeting people, right?
Oh, absolutely. We have multiple shows each day at the boat show, and we do offer a meet and greet with Twiggy after each show time. So get to the boat show early. There's lots of things to do, and you definitely want to make it to the Twiggy show.
What times will y'all be out there this weekend?
So today our show times are 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. Saturday we have 12 p.m., 2, 4, and 6. And Sunday is 12 p.m., 2, and 4.
And I just love how well behaved
They're
they
good
are as
girls.
well. I mean, they are such good girls.
They
They're
are.
loving the limelight. I mean, it's Twiggy, so I know that goes without saying. But I really appreciate you all coming in and telling us all about Twiggy and really the great mission behind the squirrel, the legend.
The legend herself.
Legend herself for sure.
Yes.
The legend herself. Thanks again. We really do appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Absolutely, anytime. Well, coming up after the break, Rob will have a look at our forecast. Don't go anywhere.
And now, your weather authority. Sponsored by Red Pest Solutions, celebrating 70 years.
Good afternoon, everybody. We have temperatures in the mid-70s, winds gusting into the 20 and 30 mile per hour range. Isolated thunderstorms from the west moving into the area. These cells are moving towards the northeast very quickly. Rain chances this afternoon, including thunderstorms, 70%. And we're going to keep an eye out for the severe potential from our area north to I-20, well east and well west, all the way into east central Texas. Storm Prediction Center has the potential for level 2. That is a slight threat for severity. As I've been saying, strong straight line winds, including the potential for isolated tornadoes, will be possible. It does look like the majority of the instability and the severity will stay west and north of our southern 6 counties. Nonetheless, I need you to stay weather aware. Gusting winds into the 30 mile per hour range. A small craft advisory is in effect until 3 a.m. Then a caution. We're going to keep an eye out for the severe potential this afternoon, folks. Stay safe, stay weather aware. We'll continue to watch this system and keep you updated.
In a bit of national news, the U.S. military said today that despite a series of fatal crashes, it has deemed the V-22 Osprey aircraft safe to fly and has lifted the order that had kept most of the military's fleet of about 400 Ospreys grounded. Naval Air Systems Command ordered the entire Osprey fleet grounded more than 3 months ago following the fatal crash of an Air Force CV-22 Osprey over the coast of Japan last November that killed 8 Special Operations airmen. It was the 4th fatal crash of the aircraft in less than 2 years, in which 20 U.S. service members have been killed. Now, the crash in Japan remains under investigation. Pentagon officials say there will be operational limitations on the aircraft to enhance safety, but details on those limitations were not disclosed. Well, a reminder before we go to break, for the latest news and weather, all you have to do is visit our website, WXXV25.com. And if you see news happening where you live, just send us a news tip at WXXV25.com. Our email address too, news@WXXV25.com. Welcome back. After a chance discovery in southern France, scientists have uncovered more information about a rare and surprisingly intact dinosaur skeleton. Local media in France reports the 10-meter-long fossil was found in 2022. An amateur paleontologist spotted an exposed bone while walking with his dog in a forest. Museum officials excavated and determined it was a titanosaur, or a long-necked dinosaur, connected from its hind skull to its tail. The paleontologist called the discovery extraordinary, and it certainly is extraordinary indeed. I mean, look at the size of those bones and everything. I'm still fascinated that we see clues of prehistoric times even to this day, always uncovering Earth's mysteries for sure. So great job by these paleontologists. Well, that does it for our noon newscast on this Friday afternoon. Thank you all for joining us. We hope you have a great day. Have a great weekend, too.